Hi, this intro is dedicated to 11twist-KBW, who asked in the previous episode of the ban list, oddly specific, but can we ban man nipples from being straight center of the screen? Well, have you wondered why you only see the nipples? That's because this episode is sponsored by Manscaped, of course being used by great people like N. Sabanor and Ramatut. Manscaped is absolutely fantastic and truly one of the best sponsors of the ban.
Hey, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
No. Just
no. Check the mic 1 2. Welcome to the ban list. What? Welcome to the ban list.
That's really how we're gonna start the show.
I just wanted to make sure it was clear why we saw the man nipples.
I was going to try to make an argument for this to be a family show in some way, shape, or form, but we all know that's just absolutely not fucking true.
I think I tried it. I think I tried at one point, yeah, and then
you did, and then I became me, and you were like, no, and I was like, yes, and yeah, it is.
Yeah, and that's fair. And you know what? That's perfectly fair because that's more than fine by me. How are you doing?
Good. Me and my nipples are doing fantastic. I'm feeling good. I'm ready. I'm ready because I think I have a little bit more of I took a lighthearted take this week going into preparing for the ban list. Cause I know last week I took two very serious, heavy topics and I wanted to take a little bit of a lighter approach on mine. Plus I also got the luxury of kind of choosing the comment as well this week. So because I got to choose the comment and I like the comment one, and that one is kind of a little bit more serious. I was like, okay, I'm going to be able to relax going into this week a little better. But overall, I think it was a good week in Marvel Snap, minus, getting all of my little cards destroyed with the release of the new Gambit. But, this is evergreen, so that's irrelevant. Overall, I think it was a good week for me. What about you, my friend?
Without being too evergreen, it was... I'm not a fan of, I don't like new tech cards getting added to the game, especially ones that just say, hey, I'm going to destroy a bunch of little things. I don't know. I love playing a bunch of small cards.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I like small scalers too, but ramp is ramp. So there's your solution. Either way. So this week, because I have the comment of the week, I'm going to start. And I'm going to start right up. I'm just going to go right into it because I very much enjoyed choosing this week's topics because I got to choose something a little bit more of a nuisance. But a little bit more lighthearted. The second one's definitely much more lighthearted. But this one is just one that I think is unnecessary at this point because it's over abused. It's not used properly. And until it is used properly, I think it should absolutely just be completely removed from the game because we really don't care about it in any way, shape, or form as a community. I honestly think we need to ban the inbox. The inbox is a pile of garbage. The reason being is because, number one, if you ever get anything from the Marvel Snap web shop, ever, including your daily 100 free credits, you get a billion notifications that you have things to open. But because of also then on top of that, the desync that goes on between PC and phone, I can't see half of the messages in the PC version of it. I have to go to my phone to look at the messages, click every single red individual dot message to get rid of it. And then sometimes that doesn't even do it. The only good things that come in the inbox are the weekly rewards, which is an ungodly amount of boosters that I really don't need to also then have to click 17 times through to open to see how many boosters of cards that I don't play I just happen to get for doing my alliance missions. I just want to know maybe the border, now we got variants back. So maybe the variant, but it just put it in the account. You do that with all the other stuff. Just put it in the account. I don't need a reminder that I clicked this button in my inbox to give me a notification on top of it. Ban the inbox.
Whew. God, it's a fair point because the inbox is really annoying, but it also, your issue isn't the inbox. Your issue is the red pip. Your issue is the notifications there. It's just you still want the inbox. But you just don't like the way it currently is implemented, I think. And it's going to be wild that I'm actually thinking I'm taking this to court.
It's not completely wild. Not completely wild. So I'll let you respond first.
Right, because what your issue, you have a fair issue here, I think, where it's like, I don't like the implementation of this feature, which like the inbox. But the solution isn't banning it. The solution is fixing it. And I think that's one of the very fun or very key features of the ban list, where it's like, hey, what do we just want to completely remove? What are we banning here? Well, if we're banning the inbox, then like, yeah, we could just get everything directly added to our like accounts. True, but there is a benefit. There is some sort of true, like, I don't know, something to gain when you do see that you have received something new. However, having to click on each and every one of them, that's lame. I had a missing entry in there for about 4 months. Again, that sucks. Having the little notification, like, I'm not going to argue that there are so many parts of it that suck, but banning it as a whole, I don't know if that's the way to go.
So the reason that I think banning it as a whole is the way to go is because everything that we receive in that inbox, we could just get as like a list that just continually just happens to update. I shouldn't have to open each one as an individual message. Just give me a running log of things that have been added to my account. I don't need to go in and have to say, oh, I got a reward. I click it. Oh, look, it's the 100 credits that I got from the Marvel Snap web shop. It's not like I'm going in here to then also have to click the message to claim and redeem. No, that stuff's already in the account. That's already there.
There are things that you do get in the inbox that you have to personally claim. For example, Twitch drops, you have to actually click them. And then what's it? If you ever get gold specifically added to your account, like you have to specifically claim those things there, which again, I could argue, I think it's a fair argument to say like, hey, you shouldn't need to do that in the first place. Again, that's fair. But like, I think a difference between that and also just completely banning it as a whole.
What do I lose or gain is my question then. If I were to have this, including, let's say if you're part of the Marvel Snap content creator program and you get gold every month, right? Not a lot, but you get a little gold every month. You get, your Alliance rewards, you get your Twitch drops. What do I lose or gain by having that automatically go to my account? And then this is just a log, not an inbox, but a log of account updates. Little picture of variant added to your collection. 100 credits added to your collection. But this just needs to be a log. I don't need to have a billion messages that I have to click and open. And look, you saw me on this screen in the video version. Yeah. I just clicked it, saw it, went back out, and I still have a red pip. It's broken, which is another reason to hate it. But I think all of the information that we get from our inbox of things that's not what this is. This is supposed to be more a log of account changes, additions, things that were immediately deposited into your account. I don't think we need an inbox at all. I think we need a log. So just get rid of the inbox entirely.
That's okay. I mean, yeah, that's a fair thing where it's say you just go for the log instead of the inbox. Yeah. Okay. I could see a world where that's a better way to go about it because you're not wrong in the slightest. It is pure. There's no reason in the end for there to be this section of the app where, hey, this is the stuff you've gotten. This could be and also I don't personally enjoy the claim button 19 million times a row. That's actually one of my future things on the ban list at some point. I'll talk about more later. It's like, yeah, that's annoying. No, I like just saying like, you don't need the actual inbox there. I do think it has a purpose. But no, I think that's a fair one to start off on the ban list because it's just annoying. You don't need it. You don't really need to, get this actual whole list of everything you have to click through, still see the red pip. I understand the purpose. I think it does have a purpose. However, it's not doing its job.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just not doing its job. It is a log disguised as an inbox.
No, I think that's a fair way to describe it, and should be the inbox itself should go. It should, or it is the. You know what? I'm actually could I amend it so it's not even that bit in particular? It's like that little. If you go back to that screen, it is that thing where it says check your rewards or whatever. It's not, because again, the inbox itself is fine. It's this. It's that little your rewards check mark, but still has the stupid pip, and it's only 100 freaking credits. I feel like this is that in particular. If I could argue it, could we argue that in particular goes away?
I think that looks better also to put on the wall. So sure, that's fine.
I mean, it was that or an envelope that goes on the wall.
That's fair. But either way, inbox itself, stuff, whatever, banned. There you go. That was a little slow on that one. A little slow.
I know.
Look at that.
Honestly, I was really confused what you were doing for. I kid you not, for half a second, I got really confused.
I'm sorry, I didn't make the physical gesture of, take the imaginary gavel.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, the comments said you should buy a gavel.
I did see that. But that also then requires you all to like and subscribe and support the channel. So yeah,
Guy can buy a saxophone that doesn't even work. Can't buy a gavel.
This is true. No, I'm so glad I didn't buy a real saxophone for that bit. But either way, go ahead. Take it away. You've got item number 2 on the docket.
So item number 2 is actually, this is one that I don't even know if it's I'm going to say it's near and dear to my heart, but it's one that I've had a bit more struggle or a bit more problems with recently. And I'm actually I am not someone who frequents Reddit, but there was a post on Reddit where there was someone who had an issue with their account. They couldn't open their account. They couldn't play a single game. Whenever they tried to, it would just get like a disconnect, match failed, or whatever. I reached out to them. I had to reach out to them on Reddit. I said, hey, I'm this guy on Discord. Send me a random message using this code phrase because I want to try to actually help you and connect you with people at Second Dinner, because all they were doing was talking to support, and the support sucks. They couldn't get any help. They were working for forever. They were locked out of their account for months. It's been absolutely atrocious, and I hated it. I hated dealing with it for them. And I think, honestly, and it's the same logic I think I realized as I was talking about the previous thing, as the inbox, I want to ban the support, player support for Marvel Snap, because I understand that when the snapping, the blip occurred in Marvel Snap, they had to do their own support. And that's fair. I don't expect them to have the time to respond to every single thing. However, I also had an issue recently. I think you and I both had the same issue last season. We bought stuff too quickly and didn't get the points in our web shop. Did you ever get those points?
Yes, I did eventually.
Oh, that's cool. I never did. I talked to support about it. And I never got the points for that. I just gave up on them at a certain point. And then they're like, hey, we give you points. I said, no, you didn't. And then they said, cool, we've given you the points. We're closing this ticket. God, I hate the support, bro.
Yeah. Look, this one pains me to have to meta roast it, because this is definitely making the ban list. The reason it pains me is, for those who do not know, my prior to content creation career was customer service in hospitality and dealing with people front-faced. I used to work for Disney. I used to train guest relations. So one of the things that Disney's best known for is their ability to be a good customer service department and take care of your guests, which, by the way, has no relation to my name. It just ended up that way. But
oh, really?
That's
actually hilarious.
Yeah, it was something that the only time I decided to interact with the support system, I was like, wow, this is incredibly disjointed and disconnected. Now, from a business standpoint, just because I understand doesn't mean I like it. I understand
Yes.
their needs and reasons and decisions for the support team that they utilize. It's still just straight up not good, even at a base level. The thing that's most upsetting to me, based on not only my interaction, but more importantly, since that interaction, repeat accounts, is that the support team very often ends up making it worse by projecting specific wrong information as a response when it's entirely not true. And not even because like, oh, they just happened to get that one instance wrong. No, this is like general common knowledge if you play this game. And this customer service department is not as active as we are as players, and obviously the developers, to say the minimum. So of course we get it. We understand a little bit differently that no, there's no way that this is the resolve, because you literally can't do that action in the game, or that doesn't exist in the inbox to click here and click redeem. That button doesn't exist, like that kind of stuff. We get that. We understand that. And I know, without breaking any kind of NDA, anything, I do know that it has been a pain point for a long time. It was also a pain point that was inherited. And I don't know what the next steps are, but it is a pain point that they acknowledge. And until it is fixed, it is an absolute disgusting, awful experience to have to work with support. And is why I never tell anybody.
You call it working.
True. Like I have always told people, here's what you do. You make a ticket. You get that ticket number. Then you go to Discord and do it on Discord, because those people are active in the game regularly and they need the reference ticket number just to say that you did it, not because they actually need it, to be honest. They need the fact that you put the official complaint or request or work order or whatever you want to call it into the game. The system sucks. Absolutely sucks. It is one of the worst parts of bugs in this game, is that bugs can't get fixed because the system to address the bugs is not bugged, but just bad.
It's just broken, I think.
It's disjointed. Right? It's disconnected.
Disjointed is probably disjointed is fair. Yeah. No, I'm going to point, because what was it? The message, when I talked to that one guy, right, who I had to reach out to, they said, and I quote, "It seems pretty ridiculous that such lengths have to be gone to. I have no idea if anything you can do would be fruitful, but I certainly appreciate the offer. I've only received one proactive reply, and the Snap community has always been a pretty welcoming and helpful one. And I'll let you know if anything is, actually achieved." And I don't know. They actually, I know for a fact, at least from when they last told me, they've got people at Second Dinner looking at it. And I've heard from people at Second Dinner, they're like, hey, this is the only thing that's like been working. And Second Dinner, I think, even reached out and they gave them a season pass just to be like, listen, we are trying to fix your issue. We are sorry you can't access the game. Here's a season pass. Like, enjoy En Sabanor. Or I think maybe it was last month. It was
So wait.
This stuff.
There's no way that's right, because if he can't open the game, their reward to him was
he can't hit the play button is what it was, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, he can't actually open an actual game.
Right. So they gave him a card that he can't use
for now. And they said, yes, we understand you can't use it right now, but we're trying to give you this to show that we are like, it was meant to be a sign of goodwill for them to be like, got it. Okay. Hey, we understand you can't use this, but we're trying
that they can at least do to say, when we do fix it, you'll have access now also to this as a part of the reparation. Okay, I get it.
Exactly. It's like reparations in advance, just to show that they're giving goodwill there. Right. Which again, that goes into the logic where it's like, that team is awesome. I think the team at Second Dinner is amazing. Every single person I've talked to has seemed really kind, really helpful. Yes. And then there's the team in support. Honestly, should have the same type of air quotes as team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hit a ticket once and got someone who responded. responded immediately back to them. Took 30 minutes, and then someone else responded. And then I tried to respond again, and someone else responded.
Yeah.
It's just like
in-game support needs to be banned. Just straight up. Goodbye. Kick it out. It is awful. Discord support, fantastic. Absolutely
Great.
fantastic. People directly at Second Dinner try to help you out. Absolutely fantastic. The support team, which is technically not Second Dinner, let's be clear with that much and say exclusively that, you all banned. There you go. Okay. Was that more obvious with the gesture? Like you got your timing better.
Yeah,
there,
that was like really obvious. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't know anything specific about the support team. So I will say this, it has a lot of companies outsource their support teams. And so I do not know if it's true, but I would assume that this is an outsourced support team. And it really, like you mentioned, feels disjointed in that way. Yeah, it's just, I think, the simplest way to say it without, again, I'm not trying to make any NDAs get broken here. I'm just trying to say specifics and just what's felt.
It's also obvious, but we'll leave that at that. I'm going to ban something about Marvel Snap that I don't even know if you know this exists. Honestly, like legitimately, because I was recently, hear me out. I was recently introduced to this and I saw how awful this was. And I'd like to consider myself a spokesman for the game in a lot of ways. I do a lot of things with the community, directly with Marvel Snap, obviously, the whole Game On events and Golden Gauntlet events. Like I am very regularly active, not just as someone who makes videos on the game, but in a variety of other deeper levels. And one of the biggest conversations that I regularly see happening at Second Dinner is the conversation around, okay, it's been a couple of years now. New user acquisition is important, right? You're always looking to get new players into the game. And as a creator, I'm always looking for new audiences, new viewers. And I do a bunch of evergreen content on that to help bring people into the game. Have you ever gone to the Marvel Snap website and clicked how to play?
No, I haven't. I'm going to let you show me. This
entire thing needs to be banned. It is the worst presentation of what Marvel Snap is by oh, don't worry. I'm going to put it on the screen for you. Don't worry.
Oh, I can't wait. No, I can't wait. I
wish
I had a bowl of popcorn to enjoy this here.
Yes, it is so unbelievably bad. Here, let me bring it here. Because when I was introduced to this amazing page, I was floored, to put it lightly. I was floored. Let me crop it so you can actually see the whole amazingness on the screen. So,
oh my God, I have an old memory of this. It's like, I haven't touched the screen in forever.
In the top, like if you go to the Marvel Snap homepage, if you want to go find this out for yourself, go to the Marvel Snap homepage. In the top left corner, it says game, and there's a drop down that says how to play, which brings you to the how to play imagery. And the imagery, which you can click on autoplay, and you can have it play through all of the different tabs. But if you just click begin, first off, all the card information's wrong. And it's just a bunch of crappily layered PNG images on top of each other to show, here's how you play the game. Here's a stagnant image of, here's your hand. Here's a zoom in image of, these are your cards. This is the information. Energy, you have this. And this is the entire thing. It's like 12 tabs, shows you here, drag and play it, put it at a location, how to win. There are 80 plus locations. It says 80 plus my ass. First off, it's got to be what, like 200 something at this point is what it feels like.
It's a lot.
How to win the game. Now, what I love about this is the amount of like, this is just clearly like pasted over the top of it. Like they took the text and they just like dragged it over the top. So it looks like it's easier to read, but it's really not. And then like the
Mhm.
cubes image is all different kinds of weird. It's got these, it's just a disjointed, like awful representation of what the game is. And I understand wanting to have something incredibly easy and incredibly basic because you want people to understand here's what the game is. But as someone who makes content officially for the game on the official Marvel Snap YouTube regularly, I know what their standards are. I know what they're looking for. This is not it. This is an awful representation for anybody who wants to know how to play the game or to like think about maybe I should download this game. If this is your advertisement, you are doing your
It's
game
hopefully
an
not.
incredible disservice. This entire thing needs to be banned.
God, dude, let's burn this stuff.
Yeah. Good.
Oh my. Sorry, I also I'm floored by just some of the UI choices here. I'm just gonna nitpick stuff. First of all, is Blue Marvel a 6'4"? Is that what I'm reading?
Yes, the Blue Marvel on the screen is a 6'4", Squirrel Girl is a 1'1", Okoye is a 1'1".
Okay, yeah, so it's like beta stats is what we got going on here.
Oh yeah.
The choice to have the very last thing they teach you is the end turn button.
Mm-hmm. After
One of the most
snapping and retreating.
It's that was about what I was about to say. They teach you how to snap and retreat before hitting end your. Once you're done, end your turn with what? This damn stupid intro thing. Oh my! I'd love to see what they would. I'd love to see your version of this. Like you got evergreen
second
content.
Dinner, you know me. You know me. Second Dinner. I will turn this how to play Marvel Snap into a 60-second short that you can just put on this screen and give you everything that you're trying to put out here into a way more digestible version. Way more digestible than this. Like it's almost like a bad GIF file. You choose how you want to say it. Like it's so...
I understand why it is like that for what it's worth, because it gives you easy ways to like interact with these cards and mess with each layer and make the things pop. I get that. However, you also, right, you're the company who has all this information. You can just mess with this already. Feels like should be fine there. It's God.
It's bad.
I don't even hate the fact, like, I'm gonna say one thing, like I'm clowning on it, but it's also like I think it's fine. I'm gonna not even say I don't even hate the fact that the card like values are so wrong, because that makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, that's gonna ebb and flow. I get that.
That's the best part about Marvel Snap. They've got balance updates every 2 weeks. Sure, I get that. I get that these aren't going to stay the same. That's fine. The fact that 3 out of the 4 cards you've shown have changed, honestly, sure, whatever. The fact though that like, yeah, they're trying to do like will be revealed in 2 turns and like this massive text over here telling you what the hand is for all of this. I don't know, the weird layering, every single little bit of this. It's just, yeah, there's a lot of real issues in this. In this UI and this interface here. And I think I understand.
I think the reason that it bothers me so much, to be honest, is because if you actually download the game for the very first time, the first hour of playing the game, and the whole intro of how you do it and the way that it's programmed and it teaches you, like in game, it's one of the best new player intro like style like walkthroughs to teach you everything about the game that I've honestly experienced. And this is not a horn toot. It's like, it's really legitimately good for this game. Like I've played a lot of mobile games. I've played a lot of games where the walkthrough is just awful and you're left trying to figure out a bunch of stuff. And I know the game is built for that kind of like rolling series 1, the band series 2, like it's there to roll out levels of information to you. But the first day, that first hour is everything. It's for you to understand truly how this all functions. And that experience is so good. Why the hell do you have this piece of crap as the non-downloaded version of it? Like it's a disgrace. considering what they're capable of, they can do so much better.
That's rough out that. That is I just don't like it. I think there's plenty of issues there. And they talked about this in their roadmap, right? Where they're trying to say, and as much as evergreen content, right? For 2026, they're trying to make it so that they're fixing all the bugs. They're fixing all these little issues in Marvel Snap. Like, or I said not little issues, but like these big problems that are affecting the game in a lot of different ways here. And the more like I'm looking through the stuff that we're talking about in the ban list each and every time, and the stuff that I think that we really agree on, that we're really wanting to hammer home, I'm like, Second Dinner looks at this game and they say, and I think they agree. I think a lot of times they agree with this. And I think they would say, yeah, we don't like our current support. They can't actually say that, and maybe they aren't saying that, but I have to imagine they would. I have to imagine that they look at their own website for Marvel Snap and they say, that's our how to play. We don't like that. We don't support, like, stuff like that does not, if I am someone who has made something, I'm putting it out there in the world, I want what I have out there to be good. I want there to be some level of quality to it. I want to have at least confidence in whatever I'm putting out. And stuff like this, all these little things, all these bugs, all the problems that are like, okay, yeah, in order to fix this, in order to put a ticket in there, you have to copy a bug, get your bug ID, then submit a ticket, then open Discord, then send it in Discord, send all those random things there. And then if you want, by the way, if you want to learn how to play the game, don't open our website that says how to play the game. Don't do it. If you've opened the website, you've already gone to the wrong step.
Yep.
I know they've been working on, I think, that like the new player experience, and they, again, in game, it's a really solid new player experience. They teach you the game so effectively. But oh my Lord, there are so many issues everywhere. And it's, God, yeah. No, I'm with you.
I know that this is like, just from understanding the balance of developer versus publisher, right? This, to be clear, when this game came out, the website was not a project of Second Dinner. That's not part of the marketing of what they do. This is something that they inherited post the snapping. And obviously you can see that.
Can we say we blame Newverse?
Yeah, but I was doing that without outright saying it.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, I'm saying it. You're not saying it.
That's exactly. It is something that they inherited. And you could see because of what happened with the Marvel Snap web shop, right? The entire web shop whole system had to change post the snapping because of the transfer of publishers. And when you're a publisher, you're basically helping to get the game out and marketed. Part of that is your website. So this entire website was not previously fully operated, owned, yes, but maybe operated by Second Dinner. Now it is. And now's a great opportunity to better that experience because it's another advertisement platform for your game. You want people to understand how to play the game. Make it
I agree.
Good. Because right now it's crap.
It's not in the slightest. It sucks.
It's bad. Yeah. So that's my lighthearted one because it's amazing how many people don't even know that page exists. But it's something that I'm so glad I get to actually shout out here because this is definitely going up as a clip in other places.
It's on the ban list.
Banned. Beautiful. Beautiful, my friend. I like it.
Peek behind the screens, by the way, that guest doesn't know I'm going to say here. We were having issues in terms of previously. We're trying to fix a bunch of mic stuff. Discord refused to hear from you to say ban. I'm assuming it's probably in this recording, but I didn't hear you say it. I just heard,
banned. Like you didn't get
I heard it that time. Oh, yeah, because you went higher. Yeah, I don't know. Like you went to an octave that Discord said, sorry, we're not sharing that. That one. It's not showing up in Discord. It's not. And it doesn't need to get fixed. It's fine. But it's such a nuanced thing that I don't think it needs to get shared.
Not at all. But what's just as funny is that last one that I did. Taxi is currently on my lap and he just stuck his head up like, huh? Like, the hell?
Are you speaking at only a
Yeah.
volume? Yeah, you're speaking only at a level taxis can hear.
Taxi can hear it. You can't though. So surprise.
That's actually fantastic. Oh Lord, that's so good. Oh, I love it. It's funny. You know, when we went into this episode of the ban list, I had two things I was going to talk about. I haven't talked about either one of those things today, and I'm not going to because that's fine. Like just true. Which again, that's one of the reasons why I've got my list, so that for one, I can talk about these things if I don't have anything else. For two, if something else comes up, like I will talk about it. But I think the other thing, I will talk about one of the things I wanted to originally talk about, even though I now have two different things that just based off of the conversations that we've had today, I want to have as a conversation in the future. But the thing I'm going to ask about is in Marvel Snap, we have a lot of limited time game modes, and I think they do some really cool integrations into the system. I think there are things I could ask for, and I'm not asking for them on the ban list because what am I going to? Hey, stop making the ban decks in regular Snap counting for a deck inside of Sanctum Showdown. Ban, like, I'm not like that's the thing I could ask, and I'm not going to because it's a weird phrase thing, and even if it's an issue, it's not a thing I could really.
So I don't know what you
exactly.
What?
Well, it's like just the argument that when I'm playing, like, I'm going to argue Sanctum Showdown. If I'm playing Sanctum Showdown, I want to have a Sanctum Showdown deck, which there were Sanctum Showdown exclusive deck slots.
Got it.
But I can't ban not giving me this yet. That's not a thing I'm doing because that's, again, not how the ban list works. However, I can argue that a feature or something in the game, in the collection screen, should be banned. And you didn't talk about this previously, but recently you talked about the collection screen in general. There were a lot of little issues you had in the collection screen. And at the time of recording this, peeping behind again the kimono, there is no limited time game mode currently going on in Marvel Snap.
Mm-hmm.
So if you open up the collection screen, guest, if there is no limited time game mode currently occurring in Marvel Snap, then I have a simple question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why can I click? What is this? What is this team button doing? Can you click that for me? No, click the team button for me. Go ahead, click it. There's no time. No team clash isn't going on right now. Can you click? Sorry, just what's this little button do? I just want to know what this button does that when team clash isn't going on. I'm really interested in this button.
It's a ability to highlight the word team.
Can you do the image of Meta Roast?
Sure.
Why is this here? The Sanctum Showdown button in particular, that disappears. Why do we have the team button? We've had this for 2 months and no team clash. Yeah. It's been in front of you. Have been playing this game for 2 months, guess. Did you know that button was still there?
No. Because I just don't interact with that side really. But I never really kind of thought of it to even click it just because I was like, oh, it's a thing. And I just never had a use case for it. But I'm going to go down a rabbit hole with this, and I'm going to do something here, at least on the video side, because I'm curious. One of the things that's annoying to me now that you've got me looking at it, I'm just going to like zoom in, like super zoom in on it for a second here, because.
By the way, the fact that you spend gold on boosters is insane to me.
I get lazy at times. There's two things about it that I noticed that I also don't like. One, it's got like this random Pippi kind of hanging off the one side of it.
Oh, it does have a UI issue there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they didn't erase the whole line, but then even worse, when you click it, it's not the same shape. If you look at the bottom corner, goes to a flat box, different shape, flat box, different shape.
That's the same as the click the button on the right, though. To the right of it. It's the same as.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does the full drop down. It does that.
Show it on the right as well. No, I was saying that's your left. Your left is the show button. The right button was the one with all the other things.
It does the same thing though. Like it does. Yeah. But yeah, just the fact that nothing drops down when I click team is the.
I will say I like that little thing, particular with the corner, but I do. I absolutely hate this button. It's existed for 2 months and it does nothing. The Sanctum Showdown button, because there's a little button that says, hey, block out these cards that like are banned in Sanctum. Block out the cards that are banned in Grand Arena. Sure, like it does those things. Mm-hmm. Why is this team button here for 60 days and doing nothing?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a bad one. It's a rough one there.
Yeah, it's a bad one. It's just I honestly have no words because I don't even know what to say in regards to that little tiny button that just literally does nothing.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
about.
I'm
glad I can show you that button.
Yeah, just like how I got to show you the how to play GIF file that they use on the website because I've never actually
call it both.
Clicked that button. Never.
I've clicked it during Team Clash.
Well, you also got to remember when Team Clash came out, I did not play Team Clash because
you were out of town. I
wasn't here. I was on vacation for a month. So like going into this, I've never played Team Clash. Like,
wow.
I think I did. Oh, actually, no, I know I didn't play Team Clash because Team Clash is what got us Wild Child, correct? In December.
Ooh, that sounds right. Okay. Yeah, because it was in December.
Right. And when that happens, when that happened, because I didn't play Team Clash, I didn't get Wild Child. When we did Snowball Showdown, I didn't have Wild Child. So as I'm doing the official broadcast, there's the one Phantom X deck. Sure.
Real quick. So what? And note when you're looking at the broadcast for Snowball Showdown and Golden Gauntlet, and you see those deck lists, those are deck lists that Guest actually has. Guest is making these decks. Guest is showing these individual decks of each and every card. So with that in mind, like that's what Guest is trying to showcase here. Like when he's saying like, okay, he didn't have Wild Child. Why would that even be an issue? The issue is he's on the official Marvel Snap YouTube channel showing these as if, hey, this is the full deck list. Like when you see, for example, the two casters talking over the deck that is between them, it's him making an actual deck on his account there. So that's what I'm just explaining the relevance behind this point he's about to make, which is I get where you're going here.
Yeah, which is straight up that like I didn't have it. I didn't have the card. So I showed an 11 card deck and then had to tell the casters to make sure to acknowledge, please, that Wild Child is the missing card here. I forgot that. And this is a little further, behind the curtain thing. I also forgot that I had that like that set up where I didn't have the plain account to put up onto the screen. And it's something that I'm going to do for future Golden Gauntlets where same thing. I want people to know the base variant of the card. But do you know how annoying it is to turn over 400 cards to default to be their base variants? No. So Second Dinner gives me a blank account that I can build these decks with that are already on the base variant that I can just build the decks with. And I forgot to do it in the most recent broadcast too, because of what happened in Snowball Showdown, because I didn't have the card, because I didn't play Team Clash. Because Team Clash
noted
is Team
that,
Clash.
I think, during it.
So it's
like,
like
I think you
rewind, bring it all back to this stupid little fucking button that doesn't need to be there. But yeah.
I remember that though, because what is it? You commented on it, and I understand that Second Dinner probably wants you to maybe wants people to understand the original cards. Sure, I get that.
Yes.
I also think it's a cool thing to highlight just the fact like, hey, look at the cool stuff though. There is cool stuff in this game. Like look at they do so much individual specific art, and that is really sick. And I do like that as well. Right? God, this is such a wild tangent here. By the way,
no,
sorry.
It's a good tangent though. But like again, as you say kimono, I say curtain. Looking behind it, I want to make sure that it's something that a wider variety of people are going to be able to ingest when they look at it quickly. And if you're not familiar with certain variants or you join the game late, like if you put up Cosmo, for example, right? And you've never seen a Cosmo variant that came out 3 years ago, but you've been playing the game 3 months and it's on the screen, it's split, inked with red crackle and purple cosmic border and all these things, and you can't decipher it fast enough. It's bad from a production standpoint. And that's my fault and my problem. where I want it to be something that anybody can look at quickly and realize, oh, it's this card. And when you've got marketing material that always uses a specific card image, right? All of the official announcements use the base card. Websites that you even look at, whether it's official websites or third party, most of them are focusing on the base card just because it's easy to interpret quickly. I should be doing the same thing, unless if it's Team Clash, because then everything gets thrown out the window too, because they're all images and cards and variants and crap that like are wrong or different, or I don't know, hard to explain.
Thank you for that that specific bit of ranting. Again, I love the fact that I write stuff down in advance. I just got 2 more things that I added to the future pitches for my ban list.
I swear, if you ban shit from the Golden Gauntlet, I swear to God, I will end the show. I take no feedback on Golden Gauntlet. It is no, I'm kidding.
It sounds like that's y'all gonna have to keep watching to see if I get canceled by guest.
Yay!
Oh yeah, can we put can we ban the team button?
Yes, we can ban the team button officially. Banned. Yay!
It's been we're still doing pretty solid. We're currently all right. We figured out what we want to ban in this show more and more as time has gone on. We're again 4 for 4, and we've not gone a queen sweep yet.
Yeah,
we've only gotten 80%.
Yeah, we got 4 or 5 last week. This week, I honestly think we might be able to go 5 for 5. I really do.
I'm gonna take a sip of this coffee. I'm getting myself ready here because we've got a special type of submission, special type of ban at the end of the episode, as per usual.
Right. This is a take a YouTube comment from the prior episode, throw it here, and this is me defending it as something that I believe should be put onto the banned list. I am going to say it might need one adjustment to make sense, because there's one piece that's actually kind of slightly off, but I have information to kind of support what's going to be on the ban here. So if I go back to the screen, let's go to the official one, which comes today from Rashidiliaf, if that's a word, 7383.
Should fix this cropping.
Oh yeah, look at that. The item is straight up, hey, bane me, not ban me, but bane me.
I did see bane me. I did see this.
Accidents happen. I would really like to see the rewards in the season track after level 50 improved, particularly by removing boosters as rewards. A game shouldn't feel like it's punishing its players for continuing to play after reaching the main milestones. Instead, it should reward players progressively for the time that they invest. Once to gain 1 level past 50, a player needs about 1000 XP, which can take roughly an hour or more of gameplay, depending on missions and matches. So being rewarded with only 30 boosters after several hours of play feels very underwhelming. In fact, by simply playing matches normally, players often earn more boosters than this reward provides. It would feel much better if the post-50 rewards included things that players actually use, such as gold, variant tokens, etc., or even small amounts of these to continue the grind. The season track feels worthwhile. Rewarding players properly for their time encourages engagement and keeps the experience positive for the community. The only thing I'm going to caveat on this take is some clarity. After level 50 caches from 51 to 100, you have a 40% chance to get boosters from. The other 60% consist of 40% chance of gold, 40% chance of credits, 15% chance of gold, and a 5% chance at a variant. So based on the YouTube comment, which is also looking for credits, gold, variants, and tokens, and I agree, tokens should specifically probably be replacing boosters in here. Since they've put the cap on here, which was to prevent the fake farming post-infinite.
Yes.
Since they've put the cap on here, upgrading these from boosters to tokens, I 100% agree with. I think the boosters in the season caches after level 50 definitely should be banned, because if you zoom out on it, none of the other caches, the collector's caches and the collector's reserves, none of them provide boosters. But the season caches after level 51 to level 100 does. And that I don't agree with. I can understand it for the snap packs to support the cards that you're getting, but in the season caches, yeah, I'm sorry. These 40% of boosters definitely need to be banned.
Oh, wow. This is an interesting one, right? Because I understand the logic behind why they put, you put the bad prizes in there to make the good prizes feel better, right? That's why you have low rolls in these types of games. It's all about the emotions that you feel.
Right.
And I think the biggest, which by the way, God, there are 2 points in this comment that have made me decide where I want to lean with this. The first is, what is it? Being rewarded with only 30 boosters after several hours of play feels very underwhelming. And they're low rolling, right? Because you don't remember exactly how many. 30 boosters isn't one of the options in that image, guest. You could only get 20.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious to me.
A 5% chance at that, by the way. 5% for 20, 25% chance to get 10.
And then you argue as well, like, hey, I'm probably getting more just from playing it. And right, there is a booster cap just to stop people entirely from farming endlessly, because guess what? If you farm endlessly, you get burned out. Like that's something that actually happens. They put a cap on that so that you don't burn yourself out there, which makes sense, honestly. I've hit that a few times, and I feel that when those times occur. And I think with all that in mind, dude, I think we're going for a clean sweep today.
Yeah. All of the roasts.
I think I will give a caveat again, as we have been, I think specifically to the replace all of those with tokens. I don't think that should occur. And I'm going to say that as someone who's bad. Everyone's going to hate me for saying that. I think we should put the mystery borders in there.
I could live with that.
If you want to have a booby prize, don't put it as boosters. Give us something exclusive to these. Give it a 25% chance at a mystery border, 10% chance at a premium mystery border. Just throw a couple of those in there.
Yeah.
Sure. I still think that the putting tokens in there as a lower chance deal.
Yeah, I could even support a further mix. I could support both of them being in there. That 40%, which is currently split up into 3 categories, make 2 of them borders and make the bottom one, 100 tokens. 5% chance at 100 tokens. That's not going to break the economy. That's exactly
my logic.
Yeah. And I can live with that. I think that that's absolutely fair, because I agree. And I think the reason that I ended up choosing this one specifically was for that same sentence, where it says, by simply playing the matches normally, players often earn more boosters than this reward provides. So you play a ridiculous amount of games and you get a ridiculous amount of boosters just from playing those games, and your reward is a fraction of the boosters that you just earned, like versus of a chance at a variant. Like the fact that you have the same chance to get 20 boosters or a variant is really wild. Like that's really, really wild to me that they valued those similarly on chance. Like
the variant as well. It's a mystery variant. It doesn't mention that in your little graphic, but it's a mystery variant. Yes. And so if you have all the 700 gold variants already, you get 200 gold from those. Yeah. It's I feel like I love rolling the gold on those. Absolutely hate rolling the boosters on those. I think that's a really good shout to say, like, hey, this is the best part about these little bits, where it's just like it's you can fix these problems. It's just a little bit second. We're not asking a lot here.
Yeah, they're tweakable. Yeah. They're like, the system's almost good, but there's too many feel bad moments in there. And I understand, like you said, there has to be a certain level of high to a certain level of low.
Exactly.
As well as a controlled exploitability. I can fully understand and respect that.
That's why I think I'm also not saying too many tokens in there, because again, that there are people who, when you make a game, you have to make it so that the best way to play your game is playing the game you intended. And people will try, the first thing people will try to do whenever they get either a new game piece or a new game will be to just, as humans, we just try to break the game, and we just try to, all right, how do I not play the game in order to get this objective done? Like that's, I don't, there's a different game I've played a lot and I really enjoy. I've got all the pieces behind me for it, called Villainous. And every single time your point of the game is to play whatever your objective, supposed to play this specific goal in mind each and every time. With those bits in mind, you have to make it, you have to design each and every bit so that the point of that game, the point of that character is to play the game the way you intended. And that is a real difficult thing to do. And trying to balance all these weird rewards out, balance out all these little issues, I think is a difficult thing. And I'm glad that these little bits are going to be highlighted. And I think just because I don't think anything that we've suggested stops the people from playing the game the way that Second Dinner intends it. But what are you thinking here?
I was, as you were talking about that, I also was doing some quick math. And I did some quick math on the boosters, which is a 25% chance at 10 boosters, 10% chance at 15 boosters, and a 5% chance at 20 boosters. It's the same percentage breakdown as getting 50 credits, 100 credits, and 200 credits. At that same ratio, if you did 50 tokens, 100 tokens, and 200 tokens, the on aggregate from level 51 to 100, you would average about 2,600 collector's tokens. If you pulled every cache and hit those on perfect average, your plus or minus, but your middle is obviously 2,625 tokens. If you're playing the game that much every month, to get through, I don't get through number 100. And this is my job. Okay? I don't get through level 100. I don't think 2,600 collector's tokens, which is essentially almost a series 4 card, I don't think that's a bad reward to earn from playing on average every month. I think that that's actually incredibly fair, and now even makes me push back further about the borders, because I think that that does not break the economy. It actually helps the economy because it keeps people more engaged, gets them to play more. They get more boosters. When they have more boosters, they split more cards, which means they need more credits. That, to me, actually feeds better than give me a border I won't use.
I mean, you still could use the border, but there are plenty of bad borders, which is a fair point. But I don't know enough about the economy in Marvel Snap. There are people at Second Dinner who I am assuming it is their job to balance the economy. And I'm not going to I'm not going to give an answer in terms of further stuff there. Maybe it's fine with the 2,600, maybe it's not. I don't know. I know there are people at Second Dinner whose job is to balance the economy, balance all these little things to make sure that people are going to play the game in order to get like X amount of stuff, whatever, each month. I don't know that stuff. And I'm not going to pretend like I understand it. So I'm not going to, I don't know. I won't give anything else there. That's Second Dinner's job. I could see the logic, but I could also not see it depending on what the actual stats behind the scenes say there. But I don't know that in particular, I feel like there still gets more questions once we start getting it deeper and deeper into this nitty gritty stuff there. But I think the other thing that also really makes me hate those boosters, for what it's worth, though, is if you go over on that same graphic that you actually had up, which I know you just pushed away from there, but if you put it back up and you look at the snapbacks to the right, there's a 44% chance that you get boosters from that snapback. And with those 44% chance of boosters there, however, you can also get 155 boosters. And that feels a lot better than getting 20 as a 5% chance. The 5% chances in the season caches are meant to be these like solid rewards. Ooh, you're getting 100 gold. That's almost like a buck, a USD.
Yeah.
You're getting a variant. You're getting 200 credits. You're getting 20 boosters.
Yeah.
For a card you're never going to use, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Great. I got more White Queen boosters here.
Yeah. It's just. I'm glad you agree because Rashida, I'm going to keep butchering this name. I'm going to try it again. Try it. Rashid Liaf, 7383, put out an incredibly good and accurate point that I hadn't really looked into until I was preparing for today's episode and realized, wow, this is actually a lot worse than I realized because I'm not someone who does complete to level 100 every single season. But if you gave me that incentive to get an extra, 2,500, almost 3,000 collector's tokens every month, I'd push harder to get to that 100. Absolutely. And more time in the game means more boosters. And more boosters means I need more credits to split those cards with the boosters of the cards that I'm actually playing. Not because I got 30 boosters. Yay.
No, you only got 20. Then don't forget, you can't even get 30 from the stupid.
You're right.
God, I hate that stuff. It's dumb.
It's very, very true. But with that said, we go 5 for 5 today on the ban list. Good takes from the community. Good takes from you. I'd like to think average takes from me. I appreciate you, man. And
I appreciate you. They were good takes.
I think that's a good place to end it and just let it wrap.
Don't forget, hey, if you guys got suggestions for the ban list. I don't know. I'm making guests put a graphic here at the end.
Graphic appears above us.
You're making yourself do more work.
Check the mic 1 2. Welcome to the
Is that for you?
I'm used to it.
Welcome to the ban list.